What is your favorite part about a new set when it gets released? Do you like limited? Do you like drafting? Do you like just all the new mechanics? Put in the comments below what your favorite part of a new set is. Welcome to MTG Thursday's Thoughts as we talk about different things about Magic the Gathering and things like that. And today we're going to continue our thoughts and talking about an overview of Foundations, the most recent set that was released by Magic the Gathering, a set that is for 5 years, is a 5-year period. We're going to talk a little bit about overview. We'll probably talk about this, not just an overview, but a couple more weeks about talking about Foundations because the set is so big, it's so important. It is an amazing set overall. I like this set. It is basically returned to almost like a core set, but it's even bigger than a core set because of the fact that it's 5 years legal. It's going to be basically what Standard is based around. And when I say that is, what do you mean it's based around? So your important cards that you're going to want and need, you can find a lot of them in here. Now, not every card in this set is going to be super valuable. Most of the cards in this set are going to be sub $1. You're talking rares and mythics. But there are those cards that are going to have a little bit of value that'll be around. As far as the only downside I've seen so far with this set, I feel like maybe they'll fix it, is that collector booster packs are only a limited run, and when they're out, they're gone. Which is kind of sad because down the road when people come into the thing, they can get play boosters, but the collector booster experience. But I also get that. That keeps the value of those special cards and keeps them special, where it's, instead of there only being like 500 of one card, if they kept printing it for 5 years, there would maybe be 5,000 of that card. The value would be, it wouldn't be as special. So this is a downside. I'm hoping, though, with that maybe every year Wizards will re-release some collector boosters around the same time every year for this, maybe for a holiday deal, so people can come and get some new collector boosters. Same thing, same exact printing, same all of that stuff. We'll see. Who knows if they'll do that or not. It would be interesting to see. But the overview of this set, there are a wide variety of cards and creatures and ways to build decks, and basically you can build decks just from this set. I'm looking forward to building a bunch of standard decks that I can take around with me and go places and be like, hey, you want to play standard? Hey, you want to play standard? Hey, you want to play standard? And be like, well, I don't have a deck. Like, well, guess what? I've got plenty of decks we can choose from. I know elves and goblins are on the top of the list. I have a life gain that's going to be basic. It's not going to have the bloodthirsty creature in it, but I'm building that deck too because it looks fun. I used to have a life gain and drain deck back in Zendikar Rising. It was clerics and it was gain and drain, and that was kind of the whole gist of it. It was a fun little deck, and I'm hoping to build that something similar to that again now that you have so back then I had Veto and some other cards in there. This one you've got the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, you've got Enduring Tenacity, you've got Marauding Blight Priest. So there's a lot of fun decks you can build from this and spin off and build. So you can either take this set and build the decks, or because of just how it is a foundation, is great to build on, and then you take from other sets. And I'm excited about the future of Standard. I believe we're going in the right place. I was worried about it for a while because it was just, their Wizards was pushing it really, really hard, but most people were just like, you know, it's going to take a minute, but I think eventually Standard will start being back in the scene. And I think Foundations is the way it's going to do this, where I'm kind of going to overview of it. I think Foundations is going to help it because back in the day, at least when I first got into Magic, Commander was a thing, but most people were playing 60 card. Then COVID happened. A lot of people were at home. 60 card was still there, but then Commander became really, really popular, even more popular 2020 onward, which is when I got in. So like Commander was the thing people played, and then I still played all formats because it was my game store, do stuff like that. But fewer and fewer stores lost people to play Standard, and then people switched over to playing just Pioneer, Modern, and then they really switched into Commander. And now it's hard to find people that play groups that are just Standard. And I think 60 card is good for Magic. It's good to get people in. It's easier to teach people than Commander, because Commander you can teach people, but there's a lot more complex rules you have to teach on top of just the basics. Okay, play a land, tap it for mana, cast a creature. With Foundations, you've got all these different things. I like the jump starts. I was really confused why they brought Jumpstart back, but I understand because in this set, you want people to be like, hey, you can just take 2 of these decks. The only downside of the Jumpstart cards, and that's the only thing that I would make a complaint about this set, is the Jumpstart cards are not, and I'm glad they're not because there's some really strong cards here, aren't standard legal. So like if you teach people to play with that, maybe they bought 2 packs of Jumpstart, but now they can't play. So I'm actually doing that too. I'm also building a whole like learn to play Magic set based with the Jumpstart cards from this set because they're really, really cool. I like the Jumpstart. It's a good idea. I just hope in the future if they do Jumpstart again that they will do it where everything is standard legal. That is my hope for this. On top of that, though, this set overview, there are some really good cards and very strong cards. There are some cards that I could see possibly getting banned from this set specifically. Omniscience looking at you. Bloodthirsty Conqueror kind of looking at you. There's a possibility. But yes, there might be some cards banned from this set. But as an overview, is this set overpowered? Is it too strong? No, I don't believe so. I believe this set is exactly what we need it to do. I believe it's going to bring Standard into the future and help more and more people get into Standard, get more and more people playing Standard. There's possibility of seeing bans because, you know, as they introduce new cards into Magic, there's always cards and ways that we as the Magic Gathering community know how to break cards. We always can just find the grossest way of doing things and like, oh, I found this combo and I found this, and then everyone rushes to play it and then it gets banned. Looking at you, how not to happen. It's happened with a bunch of other cards though. When they're really, really good cards, really, really strong cards, and they are really, really good and you're winning games with them, why don't you play them? That's why a bunch of people in RCQs, things like that, they play their, you know, their best and strongest decks. I believe this set is going to help people for the future. I believe people are excited. I've seen a bunch of people already jumping into Magic the Gathering from this set and getting into it. I like it. We shall see, you know, in the future how it goes. You know, I think it's impacted Standard quite a bit. I believe there's going to be some new decks and some decks that are built and things like that because of this. I believe there's going to be some you know, new tech and different things, a lot of different things you can see, and a lot of people can come in and play so many different versions of decks that'll do decent RCQs. That'll do decent at a Standard friend at Magic, you know, that can compete and stuff like that. There's a lot of good stuff. The most important thing is there's a lot of good ways to sideboard. So you can bring elves in. And elves end up maybe all right, but like, and it may do well, but then you're playing up against a matchup that's good. That's why sideboarding is so important. We've talked about it before. But the overview of this set, it is a very good set. I'm excited for the future of Magic. I'm excited for the future of Standard. I'm excited to build more and more decks, to get more and more people involved, to invite people and play, to teach them how to play. And this set is going to be very helpful to be basically the building block of being like, hey, I want to help you get into Magic the Gathering. Here, come to Foundations. Let's buy some booster packs. Let's get you some cards from this set. Oh, you don't have any cards? Hey, let's get you the beginner box. Let's get you the, I believe it's beginner box. The one that, not the one that has jump serve, but the one that has like the whole a bunch of collection of cards. It's going to give them a good foundation for getting into Standard, for getting into Commander, for getting into any format, because some of those cards are played and used in a lot of formats. You know, I would love for like an advanced box to be printed that has like, it's a little more expensive, but it's going to have your better lands in it. So not your shock lands. No, not your shock lands, but it would have like your discard the 3 or less lands, and you know, some things like that, some check lands or something along those lines. Wouldn't be bad. Some little bit stronger creatures and things like that would be interesting to see, but you know, that is what it is. Going back to the overview of this set. This set is a really good set, and I'm excited to play it. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts, your comments, what you believe about this set, what you like about this set, what you haven't liked about this set. Do you think it was a good idea for them to print this set? What are your complaints about this set? Anything you have, we can have these Thursday Thoughts, we can have discussions, we can talk about it. I like having conversations and would love to have conversations with you about Magic the Gathering, about Standard, about Foundations, as long as we're doing so in a good manner. We're not arguing and fighting. I don't like to argue, I don't like to fight. I love to just have discussions, and there's nothing wrong with having discussion, and there's also nothing wrong with having a difference of opinion. And so if you say, I don't like this set, or this or that is wrong, that is fine. I will let you, everyone has the right to their opinion. But that's what I like to discuss, of what your thoughts are on this. And so I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I had to change the video, so there was a whole bunch more of this video, but somehow it got cut off. And so this is me re-recording, trying to remember all the things that I said, but that's the problem when I do things from the top of my head. I forget everything that I said before. But I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Hopefully this video overviews Foundations, and we'll continue doing a couple more videos about Foundations. I want to probably do some of the like heavy hitter cards, talking about them, maybe even talking about the limited format, some different stuff along those lines. And then we'll probably start looking at Innistrad and Aether Drift, because those are two sets I'm really excited about, very excited about Aether Drift. Cannot wait. Vroom vroom vehicles. Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and as always, we'll see you next time.